E-com right now is a $4.2 trillion industry and is headed towards $25 trillion in the next 5 years. I see it constantly growing, honestly. I don't see it slowing down at all. The way I look at it, a lot of people is worried like, hey man, is this new money? It's not. It's just people coming from retail going to e-com. More and more people is going to buy online. COVID did it to us.
Another episode. I am Maxwell, and welcome to the Maxwell Show. Now, you know what it is. Every single time I do this, I just try to bring somebody that's going to bring value to you. And not only that, selfishly, I like to have a conversation with somebody that I actually like talking to and want to learn about. So in that process, you're going to listen to the conversation and hear the stuff that I'm hearing and learning the interesting things about my guests. And my guest today comes from, I guess it's like the middle America. The middle of America type thing, Dayton, Ohio, Joe Miles.
Yeah.
That's your brand. That's like a dope name.
Hey.
But it's like an old school name.
Joe Miles.
Joe Miles. You might have been a rapper in your past life.
Hey, man.
Yo, so welcome to North Carolina, first of all, man.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. I'm glad to be here.
And you got an interesting story.
Yeah.
You interested to watch. I'm interested to watch you on Instagram and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about, what it's like, Ohio kid.
Yeah, so again, my name is Joe Miles from Dayton, Ohio. I kind of got my start into entrepreneurship, like in insurance.
Okay.
Started off in insurance as a life insurance agent. We all know we selling life insurance. You got to hassle your moms, your dad,
everybody,
your cousin, just to get them to buy some insurance, wherever the case may be. But I kind of got pretty good at it. And then we started generating some leads. And of course, in the insurance industry, you have to purchase leads to kind of keep going because you can't rely on your family and friends forever, right? So we started buying leads. And then once we bought leads, I wanted to kind of like increase my profits. So in order to do that, I had to lower my expenses. And the biggest expense was leads, right? So I'm like, man, I got to figure out this lead game, bought a couple courses and kind of hit the ad on the nail. Still use the same ad to this day.
Really?
Yeah. So we started generating leads for insurance agents. And kind of from there, we got deep into marketing. And from that, it grew to e-commerce. We started helping businesses, different brands, scale their business.
Hold on, wait. You go from insurance to e-com?
Yeah, so...
But before you even move on, because I'm interested, because I've never really got to sit down and talk with people that insurance, right? So you hear like good and bad things about insurance. Right. Is selling health insurance, is that like, did you feel good? Is it a good or a bad thing?
Well, so I sold life insurance.
Life insurance, sorry.
Selling life insurance, it was, I understood the purpose, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I was just trying to get the check. So
that's what mattered. You understood the product enough to sell it.
Right. So I understood that it was something that we all needed, but really was just trying to get the sale.
You never dove deep into it like that?
Nah, I was like 22 years old.
Makes sense.
So I'm like, hey, I understood that it could have grown into like a financial practice and things like that. I could have became a wealth manager.
Who introduced you to that?
So I got introduced to insurance through, it was a local guy. He owned a state farm in the city, and I was looking for a job. I was like 18, 19 years old, and then I kind of was going around. I was told to get a little shirt and tie on, go around and look for a job, wherever the case may be, kind of old school way. And I kind of landed on his doorstep, and I asked him like, hey man, is there anything I could do? He kind of got snobby with me, and then he was like, hey, I'm a business owner. You can't just walk in here like that. So
I did.
I'm gonna go home and find out how I take his job, and then that's when I kind of dive deep into insurance and in this world of insurance. And I kind of got involved with a company that was a pretty known company, and start selling insurance with them, and kind of grew a practice from there. And
you got to get a license for that?
You have to get it's a state license that you got to get in insurance. It's a 40-hour course you have to take, and then you got to pass a state test.
So prior to getting into insurance sales, were you in sales before then?
No, I did a little we like to call that multi-level marketing.
Oh, like MLL, MLM,
yeah.
one of them joint. I'm dyslexic, so throwing them words together, I'm gonna be all over the place.
Yeah, so we had to do. I did a couple things like that, helping people discount on their light bill and things like that. So I did that for a little while. But again, before I was introduced into insurance, I was like 19 years old.
You know what's common? Like, I don't know where you grew up or anything like that. I never got into that stuff at all when I was younger. Well, one, because I went to the military at 17, so I didn't have that. So, but what I do see is a lot of entrepreneurs, especially like a lot of black entrepreneurs, kind of take this pathway of like, but it's usually like somebody else taking advantage of their hard work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't want to make this a broad statement, but
yeah,
it's usually a pathway to someone wanting to become an entrepreneur, someone trying to figure out how to become an entrepreneur. And they usually go through, the multi-level marketing, and then they go through the insurance stuff. It's like a phase of like all these very tough sale businesses.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. We got this joke in my business at my company that if you ain't never did MLM, we don't trust you, because you have to kind of go through the rigors of the grind, what they put you through to kind of really understand entrepreneurship. So
that makes sense.
Most definitely.
That makes a lot of sense. So you go from insurance to now you have to create your own leads. You buy a couple courses.
Yep.
You dive in. You were like, yo, this works.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you're like, well, first you're doing it for a while, and now you're starting to see your leads mature into actual sales.
Exactly, right? So again, I wanted to lower my cost. So the average lead in the insurance industry, especially for life insurance, it's normally around $25-$30 per lead that you're buying from another lead vendor who's making a profit. Woo. So once I learned how to generate the leads, I was generating them for $3 a pop. So I'm like, man, this marketing, this lead gen company is making the money, and they don't have to close.
So you figured out how to generate leads for $3 a pop, and the market price is $25-$30 a pop. So do you start executing these, or you start selling them? Man,
so both. So I'm like, okay, I start giving the leads to my sales team. We start running them. Of course, my overrides went up, profits went up because I lowered my expenses. And then I'm like, man, let me start selling these leads to other insurance agents, because it's a large world out there of insurance agents. So I start selling leads to insurance agents.
Yeah.
Start making more money selling leads to them than I was closing on insurance.
So you started creating picks and shovels.
Exactly.
And these and picks and shovels are not something bad. These are things that help people get to their goal of being a top insurance person or whatever that is on their thing. Right. So you started selling picks and shovels. Like, I make more money selling picks and shovels because you can sell to multiple insurance agents.
Exactly.
And it's only one of you trying to knock doors and do sales.
Exactly, right. So I kind of got rid of the competition. So I don't have to fight for that closed sale of life insurance, because it's hard to close life insurance.
It's tough
People
sales.
Don't think they need it. So now I just sell the insurance agent the lead.
And how and you took that and you got into e-com? What's next?
Right. So that came with building up marketing. So selling leads. I kind of really got deeper and deeper into marketing. Like, man, this marketing thing kind of worked. I didn't bounce around all these businesses in my in my time, and what I found joy in was creating and building a business, right? So marketing allowed me to do that, and no matter what the industry was. So I kind of got deeper into generating leads for insurance agents. Then that came real estate agents. Then that came solar reps. I started generating leads, just kind of figuring out these ways to generate them leads.
So you became a marketing / like whiz.
Yeah.
So lead generation wizard.
That's why I like to call it.
Yeah, because that's what it is.
Yes.
So you're starting to generate leads for all different sectors and all different types of businesses at this point.
Exactly. So I just kept generating leads. Now I kept adding another sector, home services, construction workers. I just kept adding it to my little thing. And then I kind of came across an e-com brand that said, hey, man, if you could generate leads, maybe you can help me scale my brand. And then that's kind of where the e-commerce came into.
So now you're taking this, I know it's not $3, but you're taking this $3 lead now.
Yeah.
And somebody introduced you to e-com where they got a product that makes even way more money.
Exactly.
The sale is way easier than life insurance.
Exactly.
Or, so now you're saying, I'm going to use my skills on this sector, but you're seeing a way more upside. You become partners, or do you pay? Is the person paying per leads, or what is?
Yeah. So, for in the e-com game, the way it kind of works is you just you take over their whole account, and you just help them gain sales. Whether that's D2C, it's generally D2C, and so
D2C means direct to consumer.
Direct to consumer. Yeah. So
we got to make sure everybody knows what we're talking about here.
Definitely. So D2C, it's a D2C brand, so it's direct to consumer. So we generally so we take over the account. We come up with some different creative ads and things like that. Just kind of
so give me an example of a brand and a product. Right. Don't name a particular brand, but just give me an example.
So let's say we have a beauty comb or some type
like
of
a comb.
Yeah, some comb or some sort,
like a pig
right?
with the fist in it.
Exactly. Even that, right? So some comb of some sort, right? So a beauty brand will come to us and say, hey, we need your help to scale this brand, or wherever the case may be, run ads, right? So we'll take that brand. We have some creatives. We do this thing called UGC, that's user generated content, right? So we go get some content made from some actors. We just advertise. We use the data that they have already from current or past sales, and then we just kind of build out an ad.
Create a new lookup like audience.
And we build it all out for them, and then that's kind of how it goes.
So are you then hired on like a basis of like a percentage of sale, or a flat fee?
See, that's the thing, and that's kind of what brought us to our business now, is because we originally it was just flat fee. You pay us, let's say $5,000 a month, and we'll be that company that come in and we just scale. So what happened was we were scaling these brands pretty far, and so they paying us $5,000, but we increasing their sales $250,000 or $500,000 for the month, but yet we getting that $5,000.
So you putting up revenue, you adding $250,000 of revenue a month, and you're only charging $5,000.
Exactly. So we got to find a way to kind of where we can participate in the growth. And I'm like, man, we need equity. So we just kind of like put our heads together. Then we start charging clients a profit split. So we wouldn't get equity. We just, share some profits with us.
Here's where you are now.
Exactly.
Here's where I think, when you get here, we need to start splitting some profits. Okay.
Yeah. So, and that came the idea of, man, I think we can kind of like do this. We kind of got deep in the woods and like, man, we can build these brands from scratch. And then we kind of dabble into Amazon.
That's tough. I mean, one thing is the reason why I think it's a little tough, and it's not impossible, I love the challenge, is being able to like identify a product or a brand that you want to put that money behind to get that thing out. It's a little bit longer than somebody probably bringing you like, the last one you really didn't have risk of the startup.
Exactly.
Now you got all of it.
Exactly, yeah.
So you've done products like that, and now you say, okay, the platform you're using to distribute some of these products is Amazon.
Exactly.
So you didn't go all the way in and like, I'm gonna build my own store from the ground up. You're using the infrastructure of Amazon now with your marketing. Is that how it works?
Exactly. Right. So what ended up happening, we have brands who they come to us and they want to scale. We help them scale. They give us profit share, right? But what ended up happening is that's D2C model. So, but we missing out on a whole nother income stream, and that's just putting the product on Amazon, right? And just simply diversifying. So you can still have your D2C channel coming in, but also have a store front on Amazon. And we was bringing that to a lot of brands as well. Like, hey, we need to diversify across Amazon. Because what happens is if a customer see an ad for that beauty comb, and let's say they don't trust your site, they just gonna not.
That's what I do.
Look it up on Amazon.
I do that anyways.
Exactly.
Because Amazon's got my credit card information, my shipping address. It's usually 1 or 2 clicks, and it's at my door.
You trust them.
I trust them. They built that trust.
Exactly.
So you're saying some of your brands that you work with have their own Shopify sites and run their own ads to the Shopify site, but some people may not trust them because they're not a known brand but want to try the product.
Exactly.
But the same product, you could just throw it on Amazon.
Right.
And then the trust factor's gone.
Yeah, you don't even have to worry about it. You throw it on Amazon and then sales come in.
Damn Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
That man is taking over the market because just this trust factor and this one-click buying is allowing him to take percentage of each product sold on the internet because of the trust.
Oh, exactly. And then he sells that to sellers, what they call it, the Amazon seller, the ecosystem. He sells that to them. So now he's just a logistic company. He don't have to be.
So let me ask you a question, right? Because the word e-com is becoming as dirty as Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right? Or crypto, I should say, crypto in general. Explain to people really what the Amazon thing is when people see it, because people see ads about it and we're like, yo, Amazon, e-com. What is it?
Right. So the way Amazon works is Amazon is just an e-com platform. So e-commerce just simply mean internet commerce, right? So just how you go into the retail store, that's retail commerce. Going on the internet, buying products and things like that is internet commerce, right? So e-com. So what Amazon
why did it name it ICOM?
ICOM?
Yeah, internet.
Well, yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Right.
But E was the word to use back then.
Yeah, right. So they did that, and then once they so they built out this website and they built up this trust factor. Everyone trusts their website, right? So, and what happens is Amazon allow other sellers to sell things on their store, right? And Amazon would take care of the logistics, right? So the seller don't have to worry about shipping out products and doing anything like that because Amazon take care of it, and you paying them a hefty fee to do so. But it works because they have the traffic and they own the data, and that's where the benefit is at, because Amazon owns the data, they owns the traffic, and they are going to naturally generate the traffic for you, right? So that's pretty much how Amazon works.
And so as a brand owner, product owner, you can sell on your own website, or you can participate in the Amazon ecosystem, whether it's fulfillment by owner or whatever, or fulfillment by FBA, fulfillment by Amazon, meaning that you can take 200 pieces of your product and send them to Amazon, and Amazon will send them out for you when somebody buys it.
Exactly.
Or you can say, I want to use the Amazon platform, but I'll send out my own products.
Right. You can do both. So we got fulfilled by Amazon was FBA, or you got fulfilled by merchant, which is just FBM. Is you fulfilling your own, but you still selling on Amazon.
They're taking a cut either way. One cut is bigger because they really just a logistic company is what Amazon is.
Exactly. Right. So the FBA cut is a little bit bigger because they the one who fulfilling the order, but your sales increase when they fulfill it, because how many of us go to Amazon and hit that Prime button?
Yeah.
You get access to that when you fulfill by Amazon.
Makes sense. So a lot of people know you because you have helped people set up a ton of stores.
Exactly.
Right? So explain that business model to me. Like I call you, I'm like, yo, Joe, I got some money or whatever it is. I want to open up my own Amazon store. Can you help me?
Right.
You do that.
Yeah, exactly. So so what we call it Amazon automation, right? So you have some money laying around, you want to put that money to work, passive income. So you will call us, call my company. We'll set you up, we'll onboard you, we'll set up a store. We do all the product research, we do all the fulfillment, we do all of that. We correlate, we do everything we need to do to kind of get that store up and going. We manage the listings, wherever the case may be, right? Mm-hmm. And it's strictly passive to you, right?
Wow.
So we open up the Amazon seller account. We put the products on there. We have a product research team that does all of that for you. We put the products on there, and then we ship the products to Amazon to fulfill by them, to do FBA, and then sales just start rolling in.
So there's that much profit in working with e-com and Amazon that I can pay you to help me, and then Amazon's going to take a cut at the same time too. Like that means this booming.
Yeah, man. We have clients and customers that's seeing anywhere from 10 to 15% a month. And that's on the capital that they put, that line of credit that they put on file to pay for the products.
That's wild. So that gives a lot of people more. So here's the thing. Do you absolutely need somebody to help you set up your Amazon store?
No, you don't. You can do it on your own.
But most people ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, they ain't gonna do it on their own. And the product research is making sure you.
That's the hard part.
Right products. Yeah.
That because I many moons ago we talked about this. I used to do Amazon FBA, but in a way different format to how I used to find my products.
Yeah.
That's the tough part.
Yeah.
Because you can send in a bunch of products, buy a bunch of products, and send it in, and it sits on the shelf.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't talk about. They don't talk about when you send that load of products to Amazon and they charge you per cubic square foot.
Correct. Their warehouse.
Yeah, it's their warehouse, and it sits there because whoever it is, they don't do the proper product research.
You're not in the buy box. Your price is not in the. I know all these things. Like your price is not in the buy box. You're off by a penny. You didn't pay attention to the ad.
Exactly.
You got the wrong keywords in your description. Somebody has better pictures than you.
Hey, all of that plays a part. So you can end up having products that sit on the shelf. So as long as you, there's so many softwares out there that you can use to kind of make sure you're picking the right products and getting it at the right price. So that way you can make sure you're moving inventory.
But sourcing the product is the main thing, and then making sure that your storefront or your product is presented in the best way possible.
In customer service, a lot of people go lacking on the customer service because Amazon is very customer focused, and the moment you get that bad review, you can get.
So you got reps for that?
Oh yeah,
like people work in your company.
Yeah, we have a whole team for all of that to handle all of that for our clients, just to make sure everything stay on the up and up, and we win that buy box.
So when you started learning all of these, lead generations, you also dabbled in real estate.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you were doing wholesaling and all this at the same time, and you got involved with that because business is business, and lead generation is a part of every single business.
Exactly.
What's been your experience so far in real estate?
In real estate, so I kind of had a different kind of experience than others. So because of the marketing, again, I ran an ad, and I came across this syndicator who raised capital and buy multifamily units. Kind of like the Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
Right. So I came across someone who does that, and they like, man, if you can generate leads, man, you can help me raise some capital. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, man, let me give it a try. We came up with this this flow of this email flow and things like that, and it worked. We actually raised capital. Till date, we probably raised a little over 10 million on real estate deals over the last 3 years because of it. And what that does is gifted me to be on a GP on a couple different funds and kind of
explain what GP means.
Right. So GP is a general partnership, right? So anytime when you're dealing with a fund, you have the actual fund, and you have the general partnership. The general partnership is the one who actually managed the fund, right? So the investors put the money inside the fund, which is generally a LLC, and the general partnership is the one who managed that, right? So it's normally, depending on what state you in, it's a manager managed LLC versus a member managed LLC. I'm
pulling up your Instagram. That's why I was on the phone, right? So I am Joe Miles. And it says, on a journey to building the next Blackstone. What does that mean? Blackstone is a huge company.
Hey, Blackstone is the biggest private equity firm.
So tell me what that means to you.
To me, so I'm on a journey on building the next Blackstone, and what that really means to me is really just raising capital, right? So if we look at what Blackstone does, right? So Blackstone raise capital from investors, and they buy businesses through LBOs or wherever the case may be, right? They take a company private, just like Elon just did with Twitter. He took the company private, and they buy companies like that, right? And in return, they do whatever carve outs they need to do to increase the EBITDA, to increase the worth of the company, so they can resell it, package it, or put it back on the public market.
So essentially, it is what we know about really like flipping a house, but it's with businesses, and the house costs a lot more money.
Right.
It could cost a lot more money.
Yeah, it's just like a house flip. It's just with businesses.
And that's your passion. That's your real passion.
Yeah. Raising capital, buying brands, buying companies, scaling them, and then selling them to a bigger private equity company, or take it public.
I love it, man. It's different because a lot of people expect this show to be typically about real estate, which a lot of the guests are in real estate. But you have this transition of where it's like, it makes sense because I learned how to generate leads. I learned a skill. Yeah. This skill allowed me to be in a lot of different sectors of business, but it also got me into real estate, luckily as a GP, because I was able to add value to a situation. Exactly. But even if you have a wholesaling company now or some type of real estate investment company, leads are important.
Yeah, you have to generate leads.
Yeah, period. Sales is the lifeblood of every business, even a nonprofit organization.
It is.
Right? So what would you say is a something that people should focus on, or like how do people get better at creating lead generation for themselves, or things what do they do?
I honestly would say you have to kind of figure out your target audience or your ideal client. That's why I would say your ideal customer. Once you dissect who your ideal customer is, you are able to target it. And with Facebook or Meta, Instagram, TikTok ads, they have targeting that you can use to kind of find that ideal client. And it honestly is easy. So if I want to look for someone who's interested in real estate, I simply would just target real estate. And then that's how I can get to that ideal client. And then I can keep on breaking that down, right? So with the guy who I was helping raising the capital for the multifamily deal, he helped me go through the process of how to find his ideal customer.
He gave you his avatar.
Exactly, right? So he gave me who that person is, what that person looked like, the average age, where they've been through their life. And there's a few different tricks on Facebook that you can do in targeting, and that's how you kind of get to that point, right? So my advice would just be write down your ideal customer.
What's your favorite platform right now to generate leads?
I would say Facebook.
Reason
being is Facebook is going through a lot right now, so the leads are cheap.
Things are cheaper now, right?
Yeah, things are cheaper. They kind of need us marketers to kind of keep their business going.
To add money.
So things are kind of coming in a little bit cheaper. They favoring smaller marketers now.
Have you ever been able to go viral yet with a product, like a product or a UGC thing or anything?
With actually I have. So I do have an NDA on the product.
You got to say what it is.
Yeah, but we have on TikTok though. It's real easy. The algorithm on TikTok is real easy to go viral.
Yeah,
on TikTok.
It's pretty easy. Yeah. This is pretty cool, man. I asked this question to anybody that comes on this podcast, and even though I'm not quite done, I want you to answer this question without thinking about it. Right? You got like a couple seconds, and so I want you to look into that camera right there, and then if you had the intention of the entire world, and you had 1 minute to talk to the entire world, what would you say?
1 minute to talk to the entire world. Follow my Instagram at I am Joe Miles and diversify your portfolio into different things, especially e-com. E-com right now is a $4.2 trillion industry and is looking to be headed towards $25 trillion in the next 5 years. So diversify. Get into e-com.
So follow him. He had the intention of the entire world, and he said follow him.
Follow me at I am Joe Miles on Instagram.
So check this out. Where do you see, where you talked about the trillions of dollars e-commerce, where do you see that going?
Honestly, I see it constantly growing. Honestly, I don't see it slowing down at all. The way I look at it, a lot of people is worried like, hey man, is this new money? It's not. It's just people coming from retail going to e-com. More and more people is going to buy online. COVID did it to us.
Yeah, it sped it up, didn't it?
Exactly.
Were you heavy in it during COVID?
Yeah, honestly, man, it broke. A lot of people was going through a lot of things in COVID, and I wasn't.
Things was looking good. On the up.
Yeah,
staying in the house making money.
Yeah,
e-comming the crap out of things.
Exactly.
Got it, man. Well, listen, I enjoyed this. It's good. It's good to have a different perspective. Yeah. Is anything we didn't cover? Anything you want to chat about?
Hey, no, that's it.
That's it, man. It was good. I'm glad, man. We're about to get out of here because we got a Hornets game to go to, sitting on the floor. Definitely. They playing the Pacers tonight or something like that.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Well, listen, shout out your Instagram one more time and anywhere they can follow you at, website and all that stuff.
Oh, most definitely. If you can follow me at I am Joe Miles at Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, I am Joe Miles.
You got it, man. You know what it is. It's the Max Maxwell Show. If you are watching right now on YouTube, do me a favor. If you like this video, please press the like button. If you are not a subscriber, please hit that subscriber button. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. Don't forget to comment in the comment section. Tell me what you liked about this podcast, anything you learned, anything you want to see different. And if you're listening anywhere in podcast world, right, you know how it is. Give us that encouragement. It costs you nothing. Leave a 5-star rating. Give a comment. And you know what it is. My name is Max Maxwell, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.